Welcome back. We thank you for joining us. We're hoping to help you a little bit as you grow in your knowledge of English, but we're also hoping that we can help you during a dark time of crisis now, as we go through this time of quarantine and worrying about or not worrying about the coronavirus. Personally, I'm enjoying the quarantine because I like being home. I like being with my family. I have 5 kids still at home, three are in America, but 5 are here. And we have some extended family time. I like just being here, so it's a good time of being told I have to stay home.
I enjoy the quarantine also. I cook more. I think the kids appreciate that too. I work on my computer. I cleaned up the mess that I had in files and I organized some pictures. And yesterday I spent the whole day trying to figure out Zoom.
Last time we were with you, we looked at a passage in Scripture that helps us to helps us to think about how God interacts with us during times of crisis. The picture was Jesus with his disciples. They're out on a large lake, the Sea of Galilee, and a storm arises. A storm so great that the disciples, many of them were fishermen, they're afraid that their boats are going to crash. The winds are high, the waves are coming over the edges of the boat, and they're worried. So they're worried, they're thinking, well, Jesus has done great things, so let's ask Jesus to do something. And they go back and find out that Jesus is asleep. And they wake him and say, Jesus, don't you care? And my question was to you last time was, when you're in crisis, do you think that Jesus doesn't care? Do you think that Jesus is weak and can't do anything? Or do you think that Jesus cares and is all-powerful and can help solve your problems, basically? So we'd like to continue with the passage today, and I'd like to ask Albina to read the next 3 verses of what Jesus did. They woke him, and what did he do?
All right. The Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verses 39 through 41. He got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Silence, be still." The wind ceased, and there was a great calm. Then he said to them, "Why are you fearful? Do you still have no faith?" And they were terrified and asked one another, "Who then is this? Even the wind and the sea obey him."
And we see in Jesus' response, he was sleeping, it seems like probably because he wasn't worried at all. Jesus gets up and with a word calms the storm. Before there was a great storm, it says in the text, and now there's a great calm. With a single word, the Creator calmed the created. And the idea is here is, if we know who Jesus is, we understand he's the Creator who created all things, and thus he's much greater than what he created. He asked, though, the disciples a question in verse 40.
"Why are you fearful? Do you still have no faith?"
And basically what he's asking the disciples is, don't you understand who I am? Don't you know who I am yet? If you understood who I am, you'd understand that I care and that I'm all-powerful, and that I'm more powerful than the coronavirus, I'm more powerful than any conflict that you have, and I'm more powerful than the storm. It's not even a question. So where is your faith? He's asking him, do you know who I am? And then the disciples ask a question in verse 41.
"Who then is this? Even the wind and the sea obey him."
The disciples are amazed by what they saw, and they ask a question that's important for you and me to think seriously about. Who then is this? Is this Jesus just a great prophet that some people say? Is he just a historical figure? Or is he God? Is he the Creator that created everything, and thus to stop the wind from blowing, the waves from whatever waves do, from blowing up, from moving? It's not hard for him to do that. It's because he is the Creator. He is the greater of the two. So during a time of crisis, if you're having crisis now, or your time just in the sense of being at home, think about that. Who is Jesus? Who is this? Can he help me during a time of crisis, your time of difficulty? I think so, but you need to make that decision too. Think about it. We'll join you in a couple more days with some more thoughts. Thanks for joining us.